Working Man Radio.
Your soul is dog.
That's right.
You're an emotional fucking.
That's right.
I don't know any more than what I'm telling you, other than I lie. I flat out freaking lie.
That's right. It's time for Rush Limbaugh's Lie of the Day.
Every single thing about you is ugly.
There is another group that the Republicans are losing. They've lost blacks. They're losing Hispanics. But there's another group they're losing. And this is an important group. They're losing white folks who are under 30. They call them millennials. The millennial generation. I promise you, Limbaugh has told his call screener, if you get a millennial on the phone, put him on. See, because Limbaugh wants to give the impression that there are millennials out there that get it. Now, Limbaugh has a thesis about millennials, what they believe.
But the reason that I am focusing on this particular group, and I had to explain this again to Snerdley, is because this group, we've had the Gen X, and we've had the whatever the generations, a bunch of them. But this group, by 60% of them voted for Obama, and they're disappointed. They're losing faith in the country. That is not good. That's new.
They're losing faith in the country. They're losing faith in they're losing faith in white, middle-class, white-bread Americans who are the ones who are in control of everything. They are losing faith in the ruling elite that governs America. When people start losing faith in the power structure has a problem, which is who Limbaugh defends. Now, Limbaugh would say, I don't defend the ruling class because that's the Democrats in Washington. No, it isn't. The power structure are the people who own everything. And Limbaugh absolutely represents the people who own everything. And if the millennials are losing faith in that power structure, yes, Limbaugh is correct. It is a problem.
What they need to realize, what they need to made to be realized, is that what is happening in this country is the direct result of political policies of a particular party and man and the belief system they have. Because precisely, by definition, this is not America right now, where they ought to be losing faith in the Democrat Party. They ought to be losing faith in Obama. But how can they when the Republican Party doesn't appear to exist? When the Republican Party doesn't teach? When the Republican Party doesn't present an alternative?
They need to be made to believe that it's the Democrats, that the Democrats have caused this problem. How, Mr. Limbaugh? What problem are you talking about, by the way? Are you saying that Obama's to blame for not fixing the mess you made fast enough to suit you? But what Limbaugh wants to do, because Limbaugh is just a propagandist, he's just an agitator. He just wants to come up with a way to get the unthinking to blame the Democrats because they're there. He says it's Democrat policies, and he doesn't tell you which ones. What should we be doing, Mr. Limbaugh? Tell us what we should be doing. What is it? What policies are you talking about? Wait a minute. He talked about what policies those might be. Listen to this.
And this created in you, the kids, what, a dependency or an expectation that others were going to do for you? What's the...
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. And this, I know.
So you were not raised to be self-sufficient. You were not raised to be self-reliant. You were raised to be dependent. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Welfare dependency. Why? People just don't know how to get jobs anymore. They don't know how to take care of themselves anymore. Basically, if we kicked everybody off of food stamps, then they'd all go out and get jobs. I'm going to make a prediction that if you walk down the main drag, the main street in your town, you won't even see one help wanted sign. And if Limbaugh is correct about, it's just the lazy bums out there that don't know how to take care of themselves and be self-reliant and don't think they have to work for anything. If that's true, then there should be unfilled jobs. Okay? I went to the Bureau of Labor Statistics last night. I looked up the unemployment numbers for this county that I live in. 8,500 people who were in the workforce looking for work, unemployed. I happen to have in my hot hands, the classified ads, which you can open up right here, right? And you can see that word right there. See that word right there? Jobs. Would you like to know how many jobs are advertised in this classified ad section? 12. There are 8,500 people to fill 12 jobs in the Gainesville Sun. But this notion that somehow or another people aren't working because they'd rather live on the $200 they get for food stamps every month. Yeah, that's living high on the hog. If we just kicked them all off of food stamps, they'd all have to go out and get one of these 12 jobs that are advertised in the local paper. What should we do, Mr. Limbaugh, to create jobs? What's Barack Obama doing that is inhibiting the creation of jobs? And you want to know what Rush Limbaugh will say we should do? Oh, well, it's taxes, high taxes. That's the supply side myth. Let's cut taxes and people will invest. I got some numbers for you. The effective average tax rate when Bill Clinton was president was 34% for the wealthiest 1%. And by effective tax rate, that's the actual percentage of their income. It's not the top marginal rate. In 2003, when George W. Bush's tax cuts kicked in, it dropped to an average effective tax rate on the wealthiest 1%, dropped to 29.5%. By the way, that tax rate, that 29% effective tax rate, that is comparable to what the effective tax rate was in the Reagan administration, which Rush Limbaugh says was a big boom of prosperity when we cut taxes and supply side worked. Well, they're at the same effective tax rate now. So where's the supply side boom? Corporate profits today are the highest percentage of gross domestic product, right? In other words, the proportion of the economy represented by corporate profits is the highest today it has ever been in the history of records on this, which go back, by the way, to 1947. They have more profits now than ever. Where are the jobs? Where's the expansion? They're making money. The stock market has doubled under President Obama. Where are the jobs? Let's talk about the actual wealth, the percentage of wealth. By 2010, 88.9% of the nation's assets were controlled by 20% of the population. Almost 9/10. CNBC, just the other day, the savings rate for the wealthiest 1%. The title of the story is about how the wealthy are hoarding their cash. They are richer now than they have ever been. Corporations are making more money than ever before. The stock market is at its highest level in history. The wealthy are hoarding their money. They're simply sitting on it. They have money coming out of their ass. The wealthy are as wealthy as they've ever been, and they've got money coming out of their ass. And they're not creating jobs. And why, if they're not creating jobs now, when? Oh, please, Mr. Limbaugh, tell us when they're going to start. Supply side economics is bogus. Mr. Limbaugh says, when are they going to realize that the Democrat Party, they're living in these Democratic Party policies and they don't work? No, Mr. Limbaugh, it is your policies that don't work. We're living in your America, Mr. Limbaugh. You say, this isn't America. No, it is. It's the America you want to create. You want to create an America where the rich are richer. Well, they're richer. They're as rich as they've ever been. That America today is as prosperous for our millionaires as it has ever been. Our millionaires have never had it so good. Mr. Limbaugh, your friends, the millionaires, you're a millionaire. You never had it so good as you have it right now. And you're not investing in the rest of the country. And you think the millennials are stupid and don't know that. If the millennials are losing faith in America, I don't know if they're losing faith in America, but they are certainly losing faith in capitalism, as well they should. The millennials have figured it out. They have figured out that capitalism is failing. I'm Joe Lyles. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
You've been listening to Working Man Radio with Joe Lyles at joelylesradio.com.
Your soul is dull.
The Rush Limbaugh Lie of the Day, 5 days a week at joelylesradio.com.
Every single fucking thing about you is wrong.